How did your high school crush turn out as an adult? I married her best friend. No joke. The things people do to make their crush jealous. That's how you show dominance. Power move, right there. So you're playing the long game. We graduated from HS in 1989 but went off to different universities. Looked her up about 10 years ago and unfortunately she had passed away from cancer. Still think about her. Breakups after HS because of different university plans, a tale as old as time. Actually, they are as old as universities. Technically the truth. The best kind of truth. She went to Korea to teach English after college, met a man from London, they're married and have a kid in London, he seems nice, she's still a great photographer. Quite a few girls in my HS class did this as well, not American, especially places like Vietnam, Hong Kong. Some of them are still there 15 years later. I don't know how though, English was taken as a second language in my school. We were dual instruction, but hell if I know how some of them got the jobs. I pity those kids who will learn a bastardized version of English. You meant dual, right? Or, maybe you guys are still teaching students dueling techniques. It's just a very aggressive debate club. She moved to France and became a fairly successful MMA fighter. Is her name Frances Ngannou? Ma-a-b. Always wondered what happened to Francesca. Crying at this comment. Ha! Removed. I work at my high school now. My physics teacher is still beautiful and still married. In the words of an ex-crackhead and pill addict I was friends with. Married? Well shit, I have a goldfish, so the fuck does that matter? Edit, and now my most upvoted comment is about banging people's wives. What a legacy. Puts it all in perspective. She started dating right out of high school and quickly got married. Has kids, successful family, seems nice. I'm on Reddit, so you know my story didn't go that well. I'm on Reddit, so you know my story didn't go that well. Made me snork. Edit, more gooder punctuation. Snorks are a testament to what a society can achieve when they aren't being preyed upon by a miserable Belgian alchemist and his cat. For that matter, why, if Gargamel was capable of manufacturing his own Smurfs, did he constantly try to catch and eat wild ones? But I digress. He moved to a different state, became a cop, and was later arrested for pocketing cocaine that was confiscated from traffic stops. He was one of a group of cops from that city that was involved in it. Not gonna lie, my crush ended shortly after reading about that. Oof. Well, it's not like he could just go buy cocaine. That would be illegal. I mean, what's he gonna do, arrest himself? He was very successful for many years. Then he lost his job, no other offers were good enough for him, he had to sell the house because he was unemployed, and he moved his family into a smaller place. He started drinking heavily, then one night shot and killed his wife in a drunken argument while the kids cowered in the next room. I didn't miss much. Well, that took a left turn. Sounds like you very literally dodged a bullet there. That was a real riches to rags story. Deleted. Ah yes. The day a teenager sees Kate Upton in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition is the day a boy becomes a man. Out of curiosity, who did she marry? Deleted. He's a successful Broadway actor and as dreamy, talented, and kind as ever. He's a good person and deserves good things, so I'm genuinely happy for him. We actually keep in touch, and when I'm in NYC he takes me backstage at his shows. Lucky girl. Oh they fucking. Oh they fucking. Pretty sure she's addicted to Coke. A cola. Classic. New Coke. Crystal Pepsi. Gay. So that's why he wasn't interested in me. Well, maybe just one reason. Sane, but straight. So that's why she wasn't interested in me. Maybe she was turned off by your lilac resin consuming habits. Sounds like mine, but I'm not sure if she's gay or bi. After we're dated she married a different guy, then got divorced, and now she's married to a woman. I always have this feeling that I could only describe as I feel like I'm fighting a ghost. I guess I know why. He got really into giant puppets that take like 10 people to move, tie-dye, and jam bands, and moved to Vermont, which is really the perfect place to pursue all of these interests. So Godspeed to him on living his best life, but it would be hard to imagine a guy that is more not what I want for myself. So glad it didn't work out. This is the second time I've heard Vermont has a big hippie culture. That's interesting because I know the East Coast tends to be expensive. Do they live on communes or shared living quarters? 45 years later. Married 35 plus years, 3 kids, 2 grandkids, and next year we retire together in our version of paradise. So pretty good so far. This makes my heart smile, heart. Wait, it shouldn't be able to do that. Nice. She dropped out of university after a bad breakup and initially got into drugs and a dead-end job. She also became insecure about her looks because of of her boyfriends and went for plastic surgery a few times. Last I heard she moved to a whole new city to restart her life and go back to school to get a degree. Hope it works out for her. I hope she started a new life too. It will be tough though. Struggled with mental health issues but managed to get a degree from Oxford University. After that she's did a range of low-stress jobs in between stays in hospital. Last I heard she was working as a florist. Never married as far as I know, definitely no kids. It's a shame, she was very clever, kind, funny and beautiful and I always assumed she would end up famous or something. It's 40 years since I've seen her in person but we exchange letters once or twice a year. Letters, a lost art. Wait, some people still exchange letters? My mother still exchanges letters with her favorite teacher. When she was in 4th grade, she had to move to another town with her family. Now she is 50 years old, her teacher is around 90, but they still exchange letters and pictures 1 to 2 times a year. Not great. He was smart in high school, which is why I liked him. I thought he'd have something going for him. He contacts me during quarantine, surprise, surprise, but it seems sketchy. We were catching up. He told me his GF, mother of his 2 kids, caught him cheating so he had to move back in with his grandma. He also got fired and really isn't looking for a job. His ex kept his car and is making the payments. At that point he was just being annoying because he was pushy and hanging out, but he was just a big turn-off now. We were talking about marriage and he's very opposed to it because a woman can take everything, according to him. After he said that I go, "What do you possibly have that anyone would want?" He got mad. Never heard from him again. Thank God. That's hilarious. Ha! I laughed. I thought he was going to ask you to join his Ponzi scheme. One is my ex-husband. He's sliding into hoarding, conspiracy theories, and general assholishness. I'm sliding the custody arrangement around so that son is at my house way more often. Still, we keep it civil and respectful, and I've yet to say an unkind word about him to son. One is gay, and as far as I know, is doing well. He still keeps in touch with my twin brother. One is dead. Epilepsy killed him at 34. She's a teacher, married with kids, and living a short walk from her childhood home. Which was just a short walk from my childhood home. I hope she's well, but I don't know. Lost touch with her in 1985. Found her again in 2009 just as I was divorcing my first wife. Life hadn't treated her kindly in the interim, homelessness, abuse, drugs etc., whereas my life has been okay mostly. We got together. Married in 2013. Getting divorced now. Her life and mine have been too different. The differences were a good thing for a long time, but now we accept we are incompatible. I think we are both relieved. I redated the boyfriend I had when I was 17 when I was 37. We had both come out of marriages, it seemed like fate. Definitely was not, we broke up for the same reasons as when I was 17 SMDH. Lol, what was the reason? She turned out to be my cousin. At least it wasn't your sister. That makes it even more saddening. Damn. The world is so small. So you're telling me there's a chance? Well, one's a lesbian in finance, who last I heard was engaged. Another's a missionary who's married. And I sincerely hope the third is institutionalized. Lesbian in finance sounds like a 2000s sitcom pitch. Until I read this, I thought it said lesbian in France. Ooh la la. Ooh la lesbian.